It's kind of funny how we always kind of go back to this. We were talking about the Carolina Hurricanes and William Nylander a few some odd months ago. It was just at the start of the new year, I'd like to say. That was something that I talked about on my channel personally, and Brett Pesce was the guy that brought himself back up in those discussions. Well, take a look at what Pierre LeBrun said today. This is not Nylander anymore. This is about two other players. I'm told Carolina and Toronto recently had a chat about a deal involving Kapanen and Brown going to the Canes in a package involving Pesce. But I don't think Carolina wants to move Pesce at this point. That could change, of course. So now we're talking about two other players going over to Carolina in exchange for Pesce. It's Kapanen and Connor Brown. Kapanen is an RFA, and most people kind of had an idea that he would be on the Leafs next year. Meanwhile, Connor Brown, he's got a $2.1 million cap hit for next year before he becomes an RFA. Because his contract is the way it is, there were a lot of Leafs fans saying that, hey, we could probably move this guy out to free up $2 million of cap space to keep Marner, etc. So overall, these two guys are supposedly in a potential deal alongside of Kyle Dubas and the Maple Leafs over for Brett Pesce and the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, obviously, right away, I think there's a little bit of a difference here, just in terms of the trade value. In my opinion, if you put this out in a video game, and I don't want to say in a video game because it makes it sound like if I went into actual video games, but if I were to place it out like in a video game, I don't think the trade values would be equal. In my opinion, Brett Pesce has a much more higher value than Kapanen and Brown together. I mean, we were thinking about Pesce for Nylander just a few months ago. Is Nylander at the same level of Kapanen and Brown together? Personally, I wouldn't say so. You could make an argument for it though. Comment down below if you have a disagreement. But this is overall something that I can understand. Brett Pesce is a very solid 6'3" right-handed defenseman who's really good at shutting down the game, but who recently found an offensive flair this past season. He posted up 29 points in 73 games, which is really good, and honestly, I don't see the values lining up. Sure, Kasperi Kapanen is a 22-year-old speedy winger who put up 20 goals and 44 points this past season, and sure, Connor Brown is a 30-point guy who's capable of getting upwards of 10-plus goals a year, but two middle six wingers for a bona fide top four shutdown right-hand defenseman who can also get points? I don't personally see that. Just in my opinion. If you disagree, again, comment down below, but really, the reason this kind of makes sense in my mind, despite me saying it doesn't make sense, the reason I understand it, I'll correct myself, is because the Carolina Hurricanes do need a little bit more offense. Sure, they have Sebastian Aho, but these trades that they've done recently have really bolstered their offensive prowess. Nino Niederreiter coming over, hey, that was really good for them. But you take a look at what else they've done, well, they got rid of Jeff Skinner, who's a really good goal scorer. So overall, Carolina is in a position where they would benefit greatly from having more offensive pieces. Heck, play Sebastian Aho with Kasperi Kapanen. Two fantastic Finns on the same line. That would be cool. And they do have right-hand depth with Falk, with guys like Dougie Hamilton, and with Trevor Van Riemsdyk too. So overall, they do have 4 NHL-caliber right-handed defensemen, and Pesce is the one that's involved in a lot of trade talks. So, interestingly enough, it does make sense from this point of view. However, the bottom line is, I still don't think the values match up. So, tell me what you think. Connor Brown and Kasperi Kapanen in exchange for Brett Pesce. I don't think the Carolina Hurricanes accept that. I don't think the value is equal. However, I'm open to listening to your comments in the comments section below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Social99, and bye.